What's up, you guys? Cameron Cornish here, your #1 real estate agent in St. George. And today's video hopefully will be a huge help, especially if you're relocating from another state and you need some recommendations. And so whether it's a bug guy or a pool guy, or maybe even a moving company to help you make that transition, I put together a list of my top 5 recommendations. So let's do it together. You guys, this is Living in STG. Let's do it. We are here with Ben Godfredson with Big Ben's Moving Company, and super excited to highlight your business. Seems like you guys got a ton of good stuff going on right now. By the way, are you the Ben of Big Ben's Moving Company?
At your service.
Nice,
yep.
Nice. The first time we met, I knocked on your door, and that was my first time I heard about Big Ben's, and then I started seeing the trucks around everywhere. But lately, it seems like you guys are just exploding and expanding everywhere, right?
Well, people keep calling. We keep trying to show up and do a good job. But I do have to say, before we talk about my business, knocking on my door, like, you got a real hustler here. If you're here, I think you're in the right hands, because he definitely earned my respect that day knocking on my door.
Right on, man. That's cool. I appreciate that, by the way. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about Big Ben's Moving Company. It's who I always refer people to as far as moving services go and so forth. But a lot of people that are coming here from out of town, obviously they're relocating from somewhere else. What would you say are probably some of the biggest challenges that people face when they're relocating from another state?
I think it's just so foreign, and there can be so much concern knowing who to trust and how to coordinate the logistics, right? Like, once you find one person you trust, might be a real estate professional, might be like a mortgage person, or a mover, but like, they can usually plug you into the rest and you're kind of taken care of. Say past that, it's the logistics, right? Coordinating, it's nice that we have moving and storage in-house, but deciding, okay, I'm gonna go with full service. Do I just want some help unloading my U-Haul? Like, what method do I want to go with? And that can be really concerning if you don't know who you're dealing with.
So also talk to us about the services. I know there's probably different levels to this thing as far as what you guys offer, right? So break that down for us.
Yeah, everyone has a different experience they're looking for, and that's one thing we pride ourselves in, is we can tailor a plan for each customer, right? Obviously, what we specialize in is private full service move. So our guys that are trained locally will go pick you up wherever you're at in the country and load, drive, and unload. And that's really important, because a lot of people broker parts out. They'll broker out the driving.
I've seen that happen.
That's where the nightmares happen, because there's no accountability when 3 different companies are in charge of your move. Where's the accountability? Where's the quality of service? And so that is one thing that we really pride ourselves on. Now, I also would say, okay, a lot of people get into it and they shop, and maybe they'll find a pods, or like someone that will cram all their stuff in a semi with other people's stuff.
That's a nightmare.
I really hesitate to recommend that. I'd say, if full service isn't for you, doing more of a DIY where you just have someone load, and then a company load and a company unload, and then you drive the U-Haul or Penske or whatever. Because ironically, the most expensive part is the driving. That's also the easiest part.
Got it.
So I typically recommend people either do the full service, take it all off your shoulders, enjoy a move for once. Or if you're going to try to cut, do the driving yourself and hire us to unload or load on this end.
And then as far as reach goes, I mean, does it matter where somebody's coming from? What areas are you guys helping people out in?
Yeah, I mean, I'm proud to say we do long distance service for every state except Hawaii.
Okay,
technically we can still receive you at the port and and finish your move.
Okay.
But we've done all the...
Have you guys done Alaska?
Yeah.
No way.
Done one Alaska.
That's cool.
And I love it out there. So
man, that's so cool. So all over. So no matter where you're at, obviously Big Ben's can help you. Now, the big question that people always ask and people want to know about is pricing. So talk to us a little about that, because that can be kind of confusing sometimes when it comes to moving companies in general. But how does that work with your guys' business?
Yeah, pricing's really important to talk about, I feel like. And the three options for us as a company or other competitors is you can do the nasty one, bait and switch, right? You win the job on a low price and then you switch it up.
Right.
We won't do that. We would rather do a tailored approach, right? So we can get in there, we can tell you and educate you, okay, if you do the packing, you're gonna save this many hours approximately. If you rather have us do both, you know, just enjoy it.
Yeah.
But, you know, when people ask about pricing, obviously their volume, packing, storage, there's a lot of variables, but our average ticket is about $2,000 for a local job. And the average home's about 2,000 square feet.
Right.
So like without, you know, holding us to it, like that is truly like, if you're looking for a ballpark, that's a good like rule of thumb. And then we keep it clean because it's just, you know, your labor hours on site plus by the mile.
Got it. Yeah.
So it keeps it a little bit cleaner for people than some of the alternatives.
There it is. There you have it. Big Ben's Moving Company, who I always recommend when someone's looking to relocate here from another state. So if that's you and you got to make that transition happen, this is the guy you got to reach out to, and they'll help you with all your needs. Super professional, get the job done for you, no matter where you're at, and you're going to have a good experience. So Ben, thank you, man.
Thanks for letting us take care of your clients, man.
Yeah, you got it, man. Appreciate it. All right, you guys, we are with Tyson Kennedy here with Recon Air Solutions. Super excited to be talking about your business because obviously you guys are the go-to people when people ask me for like a good HVAC person. So I wanted to highlight you guys and tell us a little about yourself real fast, man. How long have you been in the industry for?
Yeah, I've been in the industry since graduated high school. We're going on 20 years now.
Nice.
So done commercial work, residential, we've seen it all. So
nice.
We've got the experience here. So,
cool, super cool. So tell us a little bit, man. I mean, as far as some of the issues that people run into with these HVAC units out here, obviously it gets kind of hot here in St. George, right? So what are some of the typical issues that you see when you're helping people?
A lot of things you see out here, the red dirt, the wind, you get your condensers outside, they get clogged up with dirt. So and then they start working harder. You get plugged filters, just a lot of the little things that people don't really check into.
You got to love that sand out here,
right?
Oh yeah. It gets into everything.
Sand gets everywhere.
So what do you recommend? I mean, how often should somebody maybe, you know, change out that HVAC system? How long do they typically last?
Yeah, so down here they last a little bit shorter because of the hotter season. So you can get them from anywhere from 15 to 20 years on average.
Yeah.
The maintenance is taken care of. So,
got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
People relocating here, you know, to St. George from somewhere else, maybe they're not used to the heat and so forth, but what are some things that people can do to really kind of save money during those summer months? You know, what advice can you give them?
Yeah, biggest thing is change your filter. Make sure that's changed on a regular.
Yeah.
Keep your temperature at a steady temperature on the thermostat. Don't turn it off during the day when you're gone and come back and turn it on because it works harder. So
yeah,
steady temperatures.
That's the key.
That's the key.
All right, that's good to know. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Yes,
what about servicing? Obviously you got to service them. How often should somebody do that?
Yeah, we suggest at least minimum once a year, but best would be twice a year, biannual, especially when you're turning it into the heat or the cooling, but when the seasons change, that kind of thing.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. And
come in and check those, make sure they're running efficiently.
Those are things you guys do as well.
Yes, sir. We do that.
Perfect. And then mini splits is huge out here.
Mini splits, that's our bread and butter.
Yeah.
And everybody wants them, everybody needs them. Those help with trouble areas. If your rooms aren't getting cooled, your garages, your casitas, man caves. Yeah. You can hit them anywhere.
Especially when you got a big old garage, right? Some people got these 700, 900 square foot garages.
Yep.
And if you don't have a mini split, it's kind of like a waste of space, right? You can't use it in the summer.
Yeah, you're losing that space. You can't come out here. It's too hot. So throwing in a mini split will help. You got your boats during the winter. It'll keep them warm.
True.
So you don't have to winterize.
Good point.
So many benefits.
How much does that typically cost to do one of those installs?
So just depending, everything varies, you know, with power, the lengths of the lines, but you're looking anywhere from $3,000 to $8,000.
Okay. So, okay. Right on. There you have it, you guys. If you need someone to help you with that HVAC or service it for you, whatever it might be, anything, HVAC related, obviously Recon Air Solutions is who you got to go to. So reach out to Tyson over here. He'll hook you up. Make sure he does a good job for you. Thanks, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Appreciate it, brother.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. All right, you guys, real fast, I want to highlight this beautiful home over in Ivins, Utah. It's actually where I'm going to be meeting my next guest. So before we hop into that, I just figured I'd take a moment because after all, this is a real estate channel. So let's talk a little bit about this house. So this neighborhood is called Red Mountain Terrace. It's over in Ivins, Utah. And I've actually featured this builder on a number of, different videos that I've done in the past before. His name is Brett Key, and he just does an amazing job. I always like showing these homes. I used to do a ton of open houses at his builds as well, just because they usually get a lot of traffic. A lot of people like them. It's just not the traditional, St. George style of home. He does a lot of really unique stuff and does a great job capturing the beautiful views of Ivins, Utah. One thing that he does, which is pretty iconic within this community, is these really awesome rooftop decks. He actually put a fire pit and a barbecue up here, so it turned out really, really great. This listing has not actually hit the market yet, so I don't have a price for you, but stay tuned or reach out to me for more info. All right, we are here with Aaron Camus today with Desert Window Design. Super excited to be talking about your business because you're obviously the go-to guy when it comes to window treatment. And anytime somebody asks me, hey, who should I contact? Aaron's the man. So I'm excited to have you talk a little bit about your business, man. And tell us a little about yourself. How long have you been in the window business?
Well, thank you. Happy to be here. Been in the window fashion business for about 10 years now.
Cool. Awesome. Well, everyone that uses you, I hear good things about. So that's why I like to refer you over and over again. So this is the guy you got to talk to. Tell us a little bit about, man, 10 years worth of experience here, right? Give us kind of your opinion on, for somebody who wants to get some window treatment done in the house, the summer heat that comes down, and obviously you got the sun beating on the window and so forth. How important is it to get some window coverings in a home here in St. George?
Sure. So that is a big factor, right? So the heat coming in. Also aesthetics is very big here in St. George. We have beautiful homes, beautiful windows, awesome views. So you do want to have something in your window that looks nice as well as alleviates you from heat transfer.
Absolutely. And what do you recommend? I mean, somebody who's wanting to keep their home a little bit cooler, especially during those summer months, and even for energy efficiency on the home, I mean, what kind of recommendations do you usually give?
Yeah, so anytime you have a window, if you have a blind or a shade in there, it's going to help with heat exchange. So cellular shades, roller shades, we've got Roman shades. I've got a wide variety of shades, so it doesn't matter what you put in the window so much as, as the aesthetics of that product.
So it really just depends on what they like.
Depends on what they like. Okay. Screens obviously will have a little bit of heat exchange because they have some opacity to them. Nice. So it really just depends on the product that you choose.
Okay.
With our company, we do free in-home consultations. So we come out, show you products, and kind of help you fit the home.
Perfect. New construction's huge, obviously, here in St. George. I mean, homes are going up everywhere.
Yes.
So maybe help somebody, because a lot of people I help are coming from out of state, and new construction's, I'm sure, on the top of their list. So what stage in that process should somebody start looking at window coverings and so forth?
Right. So the fun part about window coverings is it's kind of an in-depth process, more so than you'd think. So we're in this home currently. These windows are all flushed out and finished. So really there's not too much to think about as far as the construction side goes. So here, you'd probably want to start thinking about window fashions roughly 30 days out.
Okay.
I usually get product in about 30 days, give or take.
Yeah.
And with that, you have earnest money and different things that are on the line on the real estate side. So you want to make sure that you're in line to close on the home before you spend money on the blinds, because the blinds are custom, and unfortunately there's no earnest money there. You can't get your money back.
Right.
So ensuring that you have the home and on the real estate side is probably the most important part.
It's a 30-day escrow, maybe after that due diligence period or whatever.
Yeah. Once you're sure that you're kind of in it and nothing's going to go awry.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Right. Yeah.
That would be the time to kind of start really getting ready to pull the trigger.
That's good to know. That's good to know. What about pricing? Because that's something a lot of people ask, is how does pricing work when it comes to window coverings?
Yes. So
give us a ballpark, or give us kind of an idea of how it works. I know it's hard.
Sure.
Everyone's different.
It is a little difficult. So price factor is going to be based on the window size as well as product.
Okay.
So we carry Hunter Douglas product and Alta product. So they're sister companies. So Hunter Douglas is going to be your more designer end, window fashions, where Alta is their sister company. They have a little bit better price point.
Got it.
If you go with motorized, that can always add to the price.
Yeah.
But for something like this, if you were to go roller shades throughout the home, depending on fabric, you could do a home like this probably around $5,000 to $10,000 depending on product.
Got it.
If you wanted to go on the cheaper side, you could fill a home out like this within reason, certain windows not covered.
Yeah.
If you went real cheap, you could do 2,500. That would be a different brand.
I think some people, especially if it's maybe their first time buying a home or whatever it might be, most people have no idea even the ballpark of what to look forward to or whatever. So that's some good feedback. So it depends on if you want some of the windows covered or all the windows covered.
Yes.
And then what brand.
And what kind of product, right?
Yeah,
so, if you want designer product, it's going to be a little bit more.
Good to know, and good feedback, good knowledge on what to expect. And obviously, if you're moving to St. George and buying a house, you got to get some of those window coverings. Make sure to reach out to Aaron. He'll make sure he does a good job for you and hooks you up and gets you what you need. So there it is, man. I appreciate it, brother.
Thank you,
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, we are here today with Caden Sullivan with Sure Design Pools. Super excited to be able to highlight your guys' business.
Yeah.
And we're actually in the backyard right now. One of my clients, you guys built this pool for them, which you guys did an amazing job, by the way. So
yeah, appreciate that.
Tell us a little about yourself, man. How long have you been in the pool building business?
Been building pools about 10 years down here.
Nice.
Locally owned, operated, obviously, owner
Yeah.
operator here. So
Yeah.
it's been fun, a lot of learning experience over the time, but
Yeah.
it's fun to be able to put projects together like this for families.
That's cool. Well, with your experience, one of the biggest questions I get from people is how long does it typically take to build a pool, start to finish, here in Southern Utah right
Something
now?
more basic like this, 2 to 3 months depending.
Awesome.
We do a lot of new construction, so we kind of just follow along with the house.
Yeah.
Some of those will drag out to 5 or 6 months, but
Yeah.
if it's homeowner jobs, we definitely try and keep it around that 2 to
Got
3
it.
month mark.
I heard during that COVID time, it was
crazy.
taking a long time,
Yeah,
right?
that was crazy. We stayed on top of our stuff pretty good. But getting materials was definitely tough. Equipment,
Right on.
there's all those kind of issues. So
Yeah.
maybe we got pushed out to 4 or 5 months at that time. But
Right on.
now things are getting back to normal.
Cool.
It's rock and roll again.
It's the way it should be, right?
Yep,
That's
absolutely.
awesome. That's awesome. Well, let me ask you this, man. Just as far as somebody who might be relocating here from another state, maybe someone who's never owned a pool or taking care of a pool, what would your kind of recommendation as far as setup would be for them? What would you say?
Honestly, this is one of our favorite. I can almost call this the St. George special. 20 by 40 or around that. It's a large pool for sure. Spa inside, automatic safety cover. It's really hard to beat.
Chlorine or salt? What do you think?
Salt, in my opinion, salt's easier on you.
Yeah.
It's harder on the pool, but
Yeah.
I'd rather swim in salt water.
I agree.
myself,
I
so,
agree.
Yeah.
What about servicing? That's something you guys do as well, right?
Yep. That's something
Okay.
we just got into the market of. It's definitely money well spent. Some guys want to do it on their own. If you take the time and learn about it, it's definitely, you can save a little bit of money, but I think it's a big investment.
How often should someone do it? I'm sure it's probably different in the summertime and wintertime, but
Yeah, we try and keep it at once a week. So try and stay on top of things.
would you recommend that even in the winter?
Yeah, you can drop to bi-weekly in the winter, depending on how much you're using it too.
Okay.
But,
And as far as like the chemicals and everything that you guys put in it, when you guys service the pool, you do all of that, right? It's
take
like
care of everything. Yep.
Okay.
All you have to do is open it up, turn your stuff on.
There it is.
Go enjoy it.
There it is, man. Now, the biggest question people always ask me, because I think it differs, depending on what part of the country you're in, but price, right? I mean, how much is it going to cost for somebody to maybe build a pool, maybe something similar to this size here in St. George?
Something around this, you're talking 120 to 130. Yeah.
Okay.
So just depending on what options you want.
That's what I tell people too. Yeah.
More basic pools we can do for around 90,000. So just
it.
kind of depends on what you want. We go all the way up to.
What would be a basic pool?
16 by 32, no spa.
No spa?
Yep.
So just the pool?
Yep.
Okay.
6 foot deep.
That's
kind
good
of thing,
for people to know.
Yeah.
That's good. Now, a real estate question, right?
Let's hear it.
And maybe back me up on this, but would you agree with me that as far as adding value to a home, pool is one of the ways to definitely do it.
Absolutely. I think you get 100% back on whatever investment you put in your backyard as far as landscape and everything goes. Pre-COVID, I would say it was closer to half. Now with the market and everybody wanting to come here, most people want a pool. So to have it already done, turnkey product for them, that's huge value.
Super cool.
So,
yeah.
And a lot of times they'll buy the house just because it already has the pool.
I agree.
So,
right? Like St. George, I tell people backyards is what sells homes.
100%.
Here in St. George.
It's pretty wild.
You're in a good business, man.
Yes, it is. Yeah, we'll take it while we can get it.
That's cool. That's cool. Well, there you have it, you guys. If you guys need a pool built or maybe someone to service a pool for you guys, obviously Caden's the man to talk to about that. Sure Design Pools. Reach out to him. Do you have socials or anything like that at all?
Yeah, we're on Instagram, Facebook.
Okay. Find them, follow them, reach out to them. These are the guys that we recommend, so hit them up. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you,
brother.
Yeah.
God, you look so pretty when you tell me that you love me. I wish that I could lie, but my mind gets...
All right, you guys, last but not least, one of my recommendations to you guys is pest control. Obviously here in St. George, we have beautiful weather, 360 days of sunshine, which is phenomenal, but oftentimes what comes with that weather and the heat are the climate critters. And so I wasn't able to land an interview with him, but his name is Ken. He's been our bug guy since we've been here in St. George. So highly recommend him. He's with Best Pest Control, and they just do a phenomenal job. You know, if you're not familiar with some of the critters and pests that are here in St. George, maybe you come from a different part of the country. Well, here in the desert, we get things like scorpions and things like black widows and just some of these other pests that are really acclimated to this climate down here, even termites. And so I think it's very important to have a pest control person to be able to spray. I think for us, they come maybe once a month and spray for us, especially during those warmer months. And so, you know, Ken over at Best Pest Control is definitely somebody I recommend to you guys as well. But other than that, you guys, for this video, those are my 5 top recommendations for you. And hopefully it helps. I mean, if you're moving here from another place and you need some of these contacts, reach out to me so I can make sure I give you that contact information and get you in touch with all the right people that I recommend out here. Anyways, you guys, for more information, more videos just like this, do me a favor, like and subscribe to my channel. And I look forward to talking to you and hearing more about your plans of moving to St. George and making this beautiful city your home. So see you guys in the next video. God bless.